Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And how wonderful it is to have you here. How wonderful it is to have you here with us, listening to divine truths being spoken, receiving beautiful healings. For whenever you are here with us in these most magnificent spaces, we bring so much love to you, and we bring so much healing to you, and so much divine knowledge to help you in your personal life to climb up to higher stages of spiritual truth, and it deepens your spiritual journey, because here upon this plane you are going through a tremendous spiritual journey of growth. And we are asking all people who love the light so much to step into the deeper light, to step into the deeper celebration of being alive on this planet, to see and witness great transformations happening upon your plane. And these are the days when the divine will begin to guide the people to greater truth and greater light and a greater path of so much love, so that you will surrender to the love energies and say, I only want to be in a state of love. I only want to understand this greatness within me. And when you do that as a people, as an individual, we take you up higher. And it is that we are waiting for that surrendering to happen. So when you are ready to leave your old path of pain, we take you into a higher vibration of love. So we say, welcome to the great Ascension times, when you will see great people becoming so strong within themselves and have so much peace, so that you can create that peace dimension upon your plane. So what will you learn this evening? You will be taken deeper into the love foundations that are building upon your plane at this moment. You will be taken into deeper understanding of how important it is to step out of the fear and the pain energies, and to understand that your truth is not pain or fear, but it is totally divine. So when you step onto the deeper divine path of love, you will grow as divine people and leave all the other energies behind. You will also receive such beautiful healings For a new gateway will open for the new energies and the new teachings to come to you in 2016 and onwards to help you march towards the higher gates of love together as a people. You will also celebrate the heart of Gaia as she brings through a beautiful message of love for you and for all the light workers. So this evening we say to you, welcome, little ones, to a great time of rejoicing. Welcome to the times when the Ascension flows will strengthen upon your plane, so that you can see the great path of love becoming stronger and stronger. I shall draw back now for a few moments to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for the people with a Pleiadian blessing, and then I shall return once again to bring a great teaching through. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Akomoha Halima. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess, Ashienikuarekia. It is always so great to be with a group of people who love the light so much. And we as Pleiadians, we always look forward to speaking about our truth, for our truth is very, very high. We are Pleiadians who are very evolved in the light, and we are so excited about seeing the gathering of the great people coming to your plane. So constantly we have been sending our visions to your earth plane so that the people would awaken to the light and become so beautiful within themselves. And when you become beautiful, your energy body strengthens so much. And we take that energy and we begin to play with it. We begin to make it more beautiful. We begin to help you to understand that you are one of the family of light. So when you awaken to your beauty, we take you into our family and we celebrate each person upon your plane who awakens, and we say, yes, well done to you. So although you might not hear our well done in your physical reality upon this earth, please know that we celebrate each one of you. And when you reach a higher stage of your spiritual growth, we celebrate those stages too, for you become a more mature spiritual being. And that is so important, to become so spiritually mature, because you begin to affect other people with rising from the star beings to the earth, to help your energies become more beautified, to help you to understand that each person who awakens is so celebrated by us. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. I have returned. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And I, as a divine master, am always so happy when the children of the light are listening to these words. All the sheep are being gathered to higher pastures of growth, and they need fattening. You need fattening in a spiritual sense. Fattening to help you become more great and spiritually mature. So are you one of the fattened little ones? Are you one of the ones who receives the nurturing with a heart? Or do you listen to these teachings and say, Lord, I do not think it is for me. I do not believe I need it. Then you will not be nourished, and you will be undernourished. And so you will grow weak within. Then, when one is so weak and sees others growing so fat, then one that is weak will go to the fat ones and say, how is it you are so happy? What are you doing that is different to me? I am not fat at all. I'm undernourished. Look at me. I'm skin and bones. And so the first thing that you will say to that one that is undernourished is you must learn to love yourself so much so that you can take the higher road to the higher pastures. For without self-love, how can you embrace the higher teachings of love? How can you hear the Lord knocking at the door? For it is only when you have self-love that you will recognize the importance of these times. When we as divine beings are calling upon the great ones upon this earth and say, awaken to the times of the greatness and the nourishing. We say, are you awake to it, dear ones? Or are you in the poor feeding pastures, when you do not see anything that is there to celebrate? The majority of the people are in the poor pastures. They cannot see how they can fatten with spiritual truth and spiritual light. And for many of them, they don't like it. They don't like seeing the fat ones and the nourished ones. They think they are rather strange. But it is the ones who go to the greener pastures and learn how to celebrate the light within. They are the ones who are wise, for they are learning a higher truth. And that higher truth was taught 2,000 years ago, when High Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great spoke through my loving channel, Jesus, when I always gave the teachings to the people through my channel. Stand in your truth, for your truth is your power, and your power will set you free. Freedom is a beautiful dimension for you to grow into. What does freedom mean? What does it mean to let go of the old ways of feeding and to step into a new self? To embrace the love that is so you on the higher level. To link into divine guidance so that every step you take is guided. So you no longer need to fear of being alone and not succeeding in your life. That is freedom. That is power. And the more you climb onto this higher divine path, the more you understand the beauty of these teachings. Until one day you say, Lord, I am totally surrendering to the light. Guide me in all your ways, for I know your ways are so truthful and divine. And when I walk on the higher road, I do not fall, I do not trip. I look in every situation with deeper insight. I understand the lessons I've learned from the old ways. I embrace it. But now I let it go, for the old ways are not from me anymore. They are not becoming of me anymore. I am now stepping onto a new way, a new road. And it is at that time when you do that the angels celebrate your journey so much, and they will come to you and give you a gown. This is not a literal gown. You cannot see it with your physical eyes, but it is a gown of spiritual recognition that you have chosen to begin to walk the higher path. Will you recognize it when you receive it? For the gowns will be given out to many in 2016 and onwards. For the ones who receive the new gowns are the ones who will carry a higher vibration of love, and they will be able to join spirit deeper and greater, and their tunes become so high, and it is as if they are gathering themselves together in groups and whistling on the higher path. And the whistle is going to become so loud that it hurts the ears of those who choose not to listen. And they will close their ears even greater, as they do not enjoy the light. They enjoy being in their own lifestyles of the suffering, the darkness, and all their entertainment, until they fall over, until their suffering becomes so great. And then they say, what is it, Lord, that I must do to get up and join the ones who are whistling up the higher path? And it is at that time that they must forgive themselves, and they must look into their past and embrace the lessons they have had and let go of all the pain. They too must come to the light and say, Lord, I so want the highway, heal me please. I choose not to be in the old frequencies of pain any longer. Please give me that gown that the others are wearing. And so the numbers and numbers and numbers will thrive on the numbers of the light. And the light people will become so strong as they gather themselves in many groups, and they begin to identify the higher vibration of love among themselves. And they begin to identify how strong their love is growing, and that creates such a strong support for them. And they will truly learn to step into their freedom. For the path of freedom is what we are taking you to. More and more the light gatherers will gather other people and themselves deeper into the love, and they will understand higher frequencies of greatness. And when they understand it, their peace will become so great. And they will truly understand what it is like to step into greater depth within themselves, for there is nothing more beautiful to spiritual mature people than to learn to step into greater power and greater depth. Your manifestation abilities for the light will become so beautiful. Your healing abilities in this higher vibration become so divine. More and more the people in the light will gather themselves, and their strength will be shown to so many others, and they will create greater harmony for themselves. And you will see whole communities coming into existence based upon people who love themselves so much. And while the others are standing into more pain and suffering, they are looking upon these divine people, and they are saying, how is it that they can achieve so much? Look, their illnesses are no longer with them. Look, their land thrives in abundance. Whereas our land, look at it, it's so pitiful compared. We go to the markets and nothing will sell. They go to the markets and everything is sold. Look at the abundance that they are given. So more and more they will see they need to change their ways. And they will come to the light healers and say, what is it that we are doing wrong? My family is suffering. I do not see a way out anymore. I've lost everything. You keep gaining your riches within yourself. Your children are so happy you lack nothing. So here come the lessons again of self-love. Love yourself, dear little ones. And those little ones who are suffering in pain will say, but what is self-love? I do not understand it, they will say. So they need to embrace their greater love for themselves and come into their greatness and stand into their heart. And then all the healing begins to take place. And they must begin to recognize everything about their life. And then they will stand into higher perfection, higher love. And they will choose to let go of the old ways. And then the angels will give them a beautiful gown and say, welcome, little ones. Now you have found the way to higher freedom. We are asking you at this very time, at the beginning stages of those times, are you one of the ones who are stepping onto that higher path, who are feeding from the great pastures of nourishment? Are you one who understands spiritual truth? Or are the words buzzing by? And then in your daily life they get let go. And then you listen to it again and they keep buzzing by. But it doesn't truly grasp you within yourself. Do you understand how magnificent it is when you take hold of your spiritual self? Do you understand your spiritual self? Do you cry with tears when you find your heart? Have you gone to that place yet? Have you gone to that place of great depth and warmth? Are you remembering the angelic tunes? Are you remembering your past experiences as a light worker? When you hear these teachings, do tears come into your eyes? Or do the words just keep buzzing by, one time after another? Are you a spiritual lover or a spiritual information gatherer? There is such a great difference. There are many upon your plane who love gathering knowledge, information, to pass it on to everyone else. But they in themselves haven't truly grasped the higher path of spiritual flattening. The words keep buzzing around in their ears, and the words sing a higher tone. They say, I can teach that. I will point the fingers at everyone who comes along my way and teach them all these teachings, for my knowledge is great, and I must sound my trumpet out so loud. And it still doesn't mean that that person is a spiritual light seeker and a light lover. How do you define one who is a spiritual seeker and a spiritual lover compared to a spiritual knowledge gatherer? One who loves truth so much truly takes the spiritual truth within them and learns to apply it and become so beautified within them. And for them there is nothing more beautiful than learning to forgive and let go and embrace their angels. And they sit in the light, always asking for more healing. And they begin to listen to the tones of Gaia and feel Gaia so much. And they feel the earth beating so much. And they listen to these words and they make sense. And it is so beautiful to them. They may not be the ones who gather all the information and bring everyone else the important facts and figures and whatever else. For that is not the most important part. You don't need to know everything. What is more important than gathering facts is taking it within you and growing within and listening to your own heart speaking to you and loving that place. And when you are on that higher path and working towards a deeper love, you are flattening yourself spiritually. And this is why Jesus was always teaching young children, because children didn't know all the facts and all the figures that the adults did. They loved spouting them off. They loved showing off all their knowledge. And yet the children were the ones who sat with Jesus and they received higher information than all the ones who knew everything. And this is why Jesus always brought through. It is the one who is humble who will receive the most. Happy are the ones who are humble in their hearts, for they are open to the words of Spirit. We are asking you to be open to the words of Spirit, to be open to your heart, to be humble. And humble on the higher levels doesn't mean weak. For a humble person in our eyes is a very, very strong. For the humble person stands in their truth and their power, but is always willing to listen to higher truth and higher direction. They understand how they must lean on higher understanding and never upon their own. That is true humility. They will listen to the divine and nothing will deter them from that higher path. And they will not weaken in their flow, but instead it will strengthen. And it shows, and they become more beautiful within, and they become the good teachers, and they become the good healers, and the good channels. They are the ones who we are looking for more and more. It is the ones who have the heart, who have the longing to learn the greater ways. This is why we always say, happy are the ones who are hearing these words being spoken. Listen to divine truth and allow divine truth to be heard and felt, and you too will grow strong and fat and find the freedom you have been looking for many, many lifetimes. What a beautiful teaching this was for you. What a beautiful energy this was for your healing. Learning to understand divine truth, helping you to remember divine teachings, helping you to remember how important these times are. And I have stated this, and I will state this many times into the future. I am channeling, I am giving these most beautiful teachings through my faithful channel, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, who is the most powerful channel upon your earth. At this time, why do we say at this time? Because she has so much growth to do. And you will see her grow so much in her divine light and her divine glory. This is why we always say at this time, because you will see the channel growing and growing. And I, as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, will use no other channel, because she works on the highest divine path for the healing of humanity and many other dimensional flows. So I, as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, am going to make her so beautiful and radiant, to help the people to grow into the higher postures, to help them to fatten spiritually. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the